Camo Crocs, best shoes in the game. Anytime you see me without shoes, I got the Crocs on.
Welcome into the latest edition of Chasers Chat, presented by Lamson Dugan Murray. I'm the voice of the Storm Chasers, Nick Batters, and we're chatting with Chasers infielder and outfielder, Samad Taylor. It always seems like before or after games, you're the first one to be giving autographs or baseballs or making those memories with kids. What is it about that moment that makes you want to interact with the kids and leave them with such a memorable experience?
Any way I can bring a young kid to the ballpark to just fall in love with the game of baseball, that's a win already. But I remember when I was a kid and somebody told me no. It stuck with me, and it's still stuck with me to this day. So giving back to younger guys and younger ladies is just something I want to do to show them that everybody can do it. And if you come to the ballpark and cheer us on, it motivates us to keep going, and least I can do is give something back to them.
So you're on your third organization right now. You were drafted by Cleveland, then traded to Toronto, now traded to the Royals. When you were traded from Toronto to Kansas City, the Buffalo Bisons actually reached out to the Storm Chasers to say, hey, you're going to love Samad. He's a great guy. You're going to love having him around. What does it mean to know that that's what people are saying about you? And that, how do you approach just trying to be the ultimate team player?
It goes back to the upcoming from my parents, and I can even stretch it even further and say being around my grandparents. Only thing that was taught to us is just be polite and being a team guy and the life of the party and all that. That's just me. But it's nothing that I'm gonna change. It's nothing that I'm trying to do. It's just me. I show up to the ballpark every day happy. Every day I can put a jersey on my back is a win. So any day I can show up and bring a smile to somebody's face is a W for us.
Look, we've talked enough baseball. Let's get to know you off the field a little bit. On Instagram, your name is Lil Bill. What's the story behind that nickname?
Clubby that I had with the Indians when I was in rookie ball. They were big jokesters, and they kind of said I looked like them. And it kind of stretched, and then I come in the locker room one day and I couldn't find my locker. I'm like, dude, where's my locker, man? Just let me know where my locker is. And they had a picture of Lil Bill on my locker, and ever since then I wrote it out.
You're just riding with it?
Riding with it. It's gonna make it to the big leagues one day.
How many pairs of Crocs do you have?
4 or 5. Black, these ones, a pair of blue ones, a pair of like white tie-dye pinkish ones, and I got another pair swimming around somewhere. I'm big on camo though. Anytime I could be seen out the field with camo on, I'm running with it.
It looks like you and CJ Alexander have gotten close over the course of the season. I remember hearing him talk at the start of the season about how you had helped him kind of transition to playing the outfield. What is that relationship like between the two of you? Because I don't know if your paths had crossed before the season, but it seems like you got close pretty quickly.
No, our paths didn't. Our paths crossed in spring training actually. It was one of those things like he came in and we were taking ground balls at shortstop, and we kind of started talking about similar things, how we liked certain things, and then it kind of rode, and then we got here, and that's been my boy ever since.
Well, a couple of Chasers chats ago, we had him on. We asked him who he'd take on a deserted island, which teammate. He said you for the vibes, but he would not trust you to be with him to survive a zombie apocalypse. Do you care to comment, and what would be your answers?
That's a hard one, just on the fact that we got a bunch of dudes on this team that can hold their own.
It doesn't just have to be to hold their own, though. Again, he said he'd take you for the vibes alone.
I would have to take, if it was vibe-oriented, I'd have to take CJ, because it's 2 peas in a pod, we click. But if I went away from the vibes and just survival.
So the zombie apocalypse here.
Yeah, it had to be somebody that comes from kind of the same background. I'd probably go Coleman.
Cool.
Yeah, Coleman. He grew up in St. Louis. He kind of knows about the craziness, so I would have to stick with Coleman.
I get the sense you might have more swag in the team than anyone. Who would be number 2 to you, if there is one?
Nah. Hey, shout out to Marsh. Marsh is a secret. He's a secret swaggy guy. Coleman comes in with the fits. Nooney comes in with the low-key fits. It's a lot of guys on the team that surprise you. When you take flights, you see kind of more into people's wardrobes. Another dude that kind of shocked me was Mayers. His swag is, shout out, his swag is exclusive. I gotta give it to him.
I get the sense you're more often than not maybe the DJ in the clubhouse or one of the DJs if the speaker's being brought out. But if you had to relinquish DJ duties for a day, who in that clubhouse are you going to trust with the aux?
Krisky, 100%. But he's another guy that's gonna shock you.
Yeah.
Like, it's a bunch of guys in there they got taste and everything. Snyder has good taste. Coleman, we can go down the list. Mangum has good taste. That one shocks you. A secret low key one is Sisk. Shout out Sisk. Sisk he gonna pull some stuff out his pocket. You can be like, oh, that's how we coming. But yeah, shout out Sisk.
If you're the DJ, though, what is at the top of your playlist? What are you going to make sure what music's playing in the clubhouse if you're in charge of that?
Tropical music. Kind of not super EDM, but just good in beats. Good vibes in the locker room, and good vibes. I feel like when you got good vibes in the locker room, it's good vibes on the field. Good vibes on the field is winning. That's all we want to do.
So we tried to do a deep dive of your Instagram. You don't have a lot of posts recently, but looking through the stuff that you're tagged in, there's one thing I want to ask you about.
Me and Jalen Ortiz. Shout out Jalen Ortiz. That's my boy. It goes back to good vibes. He's another guy that's gonna bring the life of the party, and us two together was pretty epic in the fall league, and that was just one of the moments that you caught us doing something crazy, but every day it was something new. Every day.
Well, Samad Taylor, really appreciate you joining us on Chasers Chat. Good to get to know you a little bit. Best of luck this rest of the season, and looking forward to seeing what you accomplish.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.